I am at least slightly surprised that we've only had one Aetherium Centurion. I keep on saying ethereal, because that's also a word. We've only had the one Aetherium Centurion so far, and it was used as a mini-boss. Or the boss for that wing. I love that the mod doesn't overload us with Centurions, because I feel like some dwarven mods do. I hope we see a couple more. If anything, I'm hoping that... Wait, what's that over there? Is that a ghost over there or something? Do you see that? There's a little thing over there? I'll investigate. What I'm hoping is that these three side wings then culminate in the tower being an even greater challenge. And then we'll have more boss-type enemies in there. So now we have this. Oh, apprentice. I can pick an apprentice lock in my sleep. Please. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the full set from just these three wings, though. I think we're gonna need more, or we'll find the rest in the central tower itself. Also, nice little thing, you can see from here that the braziers are lit when the lever by them is usable, when you can actually set that. Sorry, I thought that something else was gonna happen. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen, but I was just being wary. Now my question is, did Amandia find a way into the central tower, and did she trigger something that caused an entire lockdown? Which, once again, I realize I say that, and that just kind of is the, not the entire plotline, but it's part of the plotline of the Ethereal quest, the Aetherium quest for Lost of the Ages. But that would explain how she got in there, and then why everything was locked down after. Maybe if things weren't locked down before she got here and she triggered something. And in the process got all of her hirelings killed and murdered. Also, I was just talking about this. I said, oh, I want to see more of the Centurions. There it is, right there. See? Look at me knowing things. It makes sense that the Aetherium constructs would resist the Aetherium-based enchantments. Also, I just realized, wait a second. My marker is pointing to something in here. Is Amandia in here? Yep. There she is. Do you like how I just pushed him off? Oh, that felt good. That felt very resounding. There it is. I have waited. Long have I waited. The dwarven pickaxe, which, can I just say, I love the model for this. I really, really, really liked the model for that. Oh, alright, I'm happy. I'm glad we found her. I went into this thinking she would be dead. I went into this assuming she would be dead because there was not a single voice actor credited, and go figure, I did kind of spoil that for myself. If you count that as a spoiler. But usually, a lot of the times, mod authors will specify, oh, voice-acted mod, if there is voice acting involved. So having a mod page where it doesn't say voice acting at all usually means no voice acting. Which personally, for a dungeon mod, for a quest that's primarily focused on creating a dungeon, that's okay with me. That's not a bad thing for me. It's when it's a quest-heavy mod with new NPCs and everything where I'll be a little bit more bummed that it's not voice acted at all. I want to come down here because we have these gates. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything here. That answers my question, though. Amandia never made it into the central tower. So we will be the first person to breach its entrance. We just have this last little room down here, and then we can go back upstairs. And, alright. I'm curious, how much do I have in terms of Aetherium ore and ingots? So I have 12 ingots, and I have 12 raw. I assume it's going to be the thing of, it's going to take at least 2 raw Aetherium to make an ingot. It's probably not going to be a 1-to-1 like it is for, say, iron. I think iron is the only... I think it's the only ore where it's a 1-to-1 conversion from ore to ingot. I think everything past that, it's either 2-to-1 or you have steel where it's 1 iron... Is it 1 iron, 1 corundum, or 2 iron, 1 corundum? You would think I would know this off the top of my head, but if anything, I feel like I don't even have to use it all that often. So we had a lever there. So keep an eye out for levers on the backs of pillars. Oh, or it just opened this up. That also works. That's also completely fine by me. One thing I would like in a future Elder Scrolls game is for more of the Dwemer Spectres. Because Dwemer Spectres or Dwemer Ghosts are canon. We had them in Morrowind back in... Was it just the Tribunal DLC for Morrowind, or was it also the base game? Either way, we did have Dwarven Ghosts, Dwarven Spectres then. I would love to see that make a return. I'm fine with it being maybe a little bit more rare and not having them in every Dwarven dungeon, but I miss them. I like them. Although, if you ask me, there was something about Morrowind's aesthetic for the Dwemer that I just really, really loved. It looked so foreign, so alien, so different. Morrowind Dwarven spiders were very, very different. They had these kind of like weird, almost organic sacs on them. Granted, I know there's also mods that do add that style of dwarven spiders and whatnot into Skyrim. But I'd love to see the official support for some of those models again. I don't want to go too far in just yet, because there were a couple locked doors, or a couple gates that I want to see if I can raise. There could be some more levers back here, or maybe I need to keep going in order to find those levers. I didn't see any lever for this, so we'll come back to that. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if we wind up on the other side of this, and this is the shortcut out of here. So we're just going to keep pressing on. Well, this is also locked. That is locked. Oh, wait, here. Here's a lever. Okay, so that opens up this. So I did find the way to this, see? But did that open... No, it didn't open any of these. So the question is there a lever here, or do I keep going for that? Oh, I think we keep going. I think I see what's going on here. We've just got a lot of looping passageways. So for instance, we go over here, and now we're inside this little locked area. We push that button. Boom. I don't know what's down this way. I will come back to that in just a second, because I want to loot that chest before I forget. Aetherium ingot. Don't need the iron flesh. Alright. Can I make this jump? Ooh, I didn't make the jump because I bumped my head on the pillar, but it's okay. It's fine. Did that button open up this gate? It did not, so we gotta keep going this way then. Got it. What I like about this dungeon is that it almost feels like it could be a vanilla dungeon. It feels very tonally similar, design-wise similar to just a regular vanilla Skyrim dungeon in terms of pacing, in terms of the amount of enemies, and I like that. For me, that's good. I want mods that feel like they fit into the rest of the game. Obviously, I would say it's a little bit longer than almost all the dungeons in Skyrim, save maybe like Blackreach. But I also really liked Blackreach. One of my favorite areas, one of my favorite kind of quests in any game ever is Dragon Age Origins and going into the Dwarven Deep Roads. I loved having such a massive area to go through. And for me, Blackreach was a little similar in that regard, so I really, really liked it as this giant, sprawling dungeon with different areas connecting to it. And similar, that's why I like this dungeon, because it has that one central area with all these little mini dungeons connected to it. Oop, hello. I'm just looking. I don't know if the water is just for aesthetics. I think it's just for aesthetics. I don't think I have to do anything with it. I keep on wanting the water to mean something, whether it means I have to flood the room. In this case, I was thinking, oh, what if I froze the water over? But no. I wouldn't even know how that could be accomplished with Skyrim modding to freeze over a body of water. If someone could do that and have that as a mechanic for a dungeon, I would be in love. I would absolutely love that. But I almost feel like they would have to do that off-screen. Like, oh, you come into this room, you see the water, you know you need to freeze it over, you go to another room, you break the boiler or something, and when you come back, it's frozen over. Uh-oh. Oh. My game just crashed, and unfortunately, I don't know the last time I saved, because I have been relying on the autosaves to some extent. It turns out I'd made a couple just kind of subconscious saves when I was exploring this area, so I didn't lose too much progress. I don't know for sure that it'd crash again going over there and trying to mine it, but why take that chance? I don't think there's anything specifically there that would cause a crash. I think it was just a happenstance sort of thing if I really had to guess, but I don't even need the ore that badly right now. I also like how this mod is doing it, or rather, how I assume this mod is doing it, because you need the Aetherium Forge to forge Aetherium gear. However, we're not forging any gear, we're finding the gear, and we can then improve it just normally. So I like that twist on it. If anything, to me, that still fits in pretty decently with what we know about Aetherium then. Also, foolish me, I didn't have that many arrows on me because I always just use a crossbow. So I have the Aetherium bow and no arrows. And funny enough, everyone here just drops bolts anyway rather than arrows. See, there we go. That is my shortcut back. That's really good. That's really nice. Which makes me think we're coming up on the boss. I think so, at least. He looks angry. He looks a little mad. Now, how quickly is he gonna die? Ooh! The Ethereal Fire Forge Master. Now, I think the thing is I keep on hoping for a unique enemy, because I've seen a unique dwarven construct on the mod page. Although this is a slightly different model. Yeah, because if you look at the helmet, that's a different model, and I really like that. And once again, if you do want a harder experience, I'm just playing on Adept on level 81, so if you want a harder experience, bump up the difficulty, play on a not quote-unquote end-game character. I'm just making sure I didn't miss the unique gear in this section. I don't believe that I have. I think it's just further in. Yeah, I think I have to go through that door in order to get the rewards for this zone. I don't know, I was just waiting for something bad to happen in that hallway. I don't know why. I guess I'm just expecting the worst. It's also very possible that I'm just not even at the end yet. Like, maybe that wasn't the boss for the area. Okay, I think I might be because I just got the Warhammer. Never mind. Great sword. Alright. No, I think that's the end for this zone then. Especially since we did see the blue fire brazier. Which is the symbol for it. Okay, the lever is going to be available now. And the exit should be right. Oh yeah, we're gonna drop down again, and then boom, back we go. It's funny how you just spoil yourself in little ways by looking at mod pages sometimes, because from the mod pages, like, okay, I'm expecting this enemy at some point, I am not expecting any voice acting at all. It's funny that just by looking to get some basic information, you spoil some slight things for yourself along the way. By no means has it ruined the experience, by no means has it diminished the experience at all. This is still, to me, easily one of the better dungeon mods that I've ever played. If we're looking solely at dungeon-focused mods rather than, quest mods that also include dungeons. And if anything, given that... No. And if anything, given that these are people on the Skyblivion team, I think that is a good endorsement for the Skyblivion team and their abilities, even though this is only a couple of the people from the team. But the fact that they had the time to put this together while working on Skyblivion in their free time, just hats off to them, frankly. Because that's really damn impressive. I'm hoping I didn't miss the rest of the armor, because I only have 2 pieces of the armor so far. Oh, here we go. This is the enemy I've been waiting for. Okay, see, they said ethereal. Okay, because I've been saying ethereal this whole time. That makes me feel better, then. I like that he's stronger. I also like the design because it feels very reminiscent, probably intentionally so, but very reminiscent of the dwarven colossus that we have in the Elder Scrolls Online. Which I love that design, I love that enemy type, so having that feels really, really nice. Which I believe they got the model itself, or the, yeah, I think they got the base model itself from Mahale. Because I think Mahale made a version for Skyrim. Also, I know I could very easily just two-shot this with my regular sword or my crossbow. I intentionally just wanted to give him a little bit more of a fighting chance. Slightly, at least. And boom. I say give him a fighting chance, but my health never dipped below 75%, frankly. Don't tell me I missed some of the armor. I don't think so, at least. The rest of the armor will be in here, right? Sure hope so. Otherwise, I will feel the fool. Let's check around here. More ingots. And, oh, here we go, here we go, the boots. Oh, here we go. It's a full set of Ascended. Okay, because it was the Ethereal Mage, but this is the Ethereal Armor. So that was almost kind of like a side set then. Boom. Oh, look at the little effect on the Aetherium core in the chest piece. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. Now, one thing to look at is all the enchantments, because everything does have an enchantment on it. The Ethereal Armor, resistance to fire, frost, and shock by 20%. Health and stamina regenerates 25% faster. While blocking, create a ward that protects against spells for up to 50 points. Health, stamina, and magic increased by 50 points. There's no shield because the Ethereal shield is just something you can get from the base game. Ethereal Greatsword, 30 points of shock damage, half as much magic damage, target is 15% weaker to shock damage for 30 seconds. Bow we went over, 50% speed for 2 seconds. Sword, health, magicka, stamina damage, 3 points per second for 10 seconds. Warhammer, 8 points of stamina, 20 points of stamina damage. Alright. And that is all she wrote. Thank you for watching Legends of Aetherium here on Skyrim Saturday. As I mentioned before, I really think this is one of the better dungeon mods that I've ever seen for Skyrim. It does a great job at matching the tone and pacing of Skyrim's bigger dungeons and creating a sort of mini hub for these dungeons similar to Blackreach from the base game. I think they did a really good job with enemy density, balancing, and so on. All the things that I really want to see from a dungeon mod ultimately. Personally, I would have loved to see a couple of puzzles, or if each of the different wings of the dungeon had a more distinct theme or design to set them apart. But those are just a couple ideas that I'm throwing out there, and I don't think this detracts from the mod either. Like I said, I love that this mod doesn't have a ton of requirements or prerequisites in order to download it or to play it. It's a straightforward download and installation, and it's a fairly straightforward quest as well. I think for people looking to add another dungeon pack onto their game, this will be a really good natural addition, especially since it gives you a chance at some new Aetherium weapons, a couple of which have really good enchantments. And while I know this is a very small part of the Skyblivion team that worked on this, if this is any indication of what we can expect from the Skyblivion team as a whole, and their level of quality and commitment to making a mod that feels in line with the vanilla games that they're trying to recreate, I think it's safe to say that we're in for a treat. But that's gonna be all for today. I'll see you guys next time, here on Skyrim Saturday. Bye bye.